right, guys, just wanted to come on here and tell you about my audiologist appointment. So I've had ringing in my ears for a long time. Consistently, all day, every day, never stops for at least 10-20 years. I'm estimating more like 20 years. And it's super annoying to hear just that ring, like the buzz that's there. And then in some prior videos, I've talked about perimenopause and how you can get thumping in your ear due to turbulent blood flow if you start to get anemic from heavy cycles in this period of life. And I also have thumping. So recently I went back to work about 6 weeks ago and started to put the headset on again for the first time in nearly a year. And I noticed that background voices were starting to bother me to the point I have to put the volume up. And the thumping and the ringing, the whole thing, I said, I need to go to the ear doctor. And I was so sure when I went of what the outcome would be, because for years I'd read that if you have tinnitus, that, it's a sign of hearing loss. So I go into the ear doctor and I'm sitting there watching videos. Maria Shriver's on the Today Show talking about how with hearing loss that increases the risk of like Alzheimer's and dementia, which is something I already knew because I'd researched, years ago, because I've had these sort of hearing issues on and off. Anyways, I get the test done, and when I tell you God, only God can do this. God worked the miracle to where my hearing is normal. And I was in shock. I said, what? I just had this preconceived idea that because I had the thumping, even though I felt like I could still hear good, that for sure I was losing my hearing. He's like, no, you're within the normal range. He doesn't recommend any further treatment. He can't say what's going to happen with the tinnitus. Sometimes it just stables off with people and it just stays at the same level. He said, but that can change. But just a miracle. And I just want to say, anybody else who's dealing with that condition, tinnitus, the way I manage it is with background sound. At night I'm sleeping with the fan on to just drown it out. Even though it's so nice and pleasant this time of year, I don't really need the fan, but I just do that for that white noise. Or I'll put on videos or on YouTube with rain sounds, rain on a tin roof, ocean sounds, anything to just sort of block out that. Because if you're trying to sleep and everything's quiet and you just hear that ringing in your ears, that can definitely be a problem. And I know that some people are very bothered by it. Please take care of your hearing. And if it is something that's super bad, go get it checked. But know that there is hope and there's things you can do to manage it. All right, guys, I'm about to head out into the backyard and sit down and have a little breakfast. I realize I am very hungry because I stopped intermittent fasting except for on Sundays, so now I'm really accustomed to eating breakfast. And it's only 10:41, but before mowing, I stopped to make breakfast, which I never do, because when it's time to mow, I'm like, okay, I need to just mow and not sit here worrying about eating. But this morning I'm like, you know what? It's beautiful. It's a nice breeze out back. Of course, as soon as I say that, it looks like there's no breeze at all, but it actually is a very breezy morning. And so with that being said, it's going to be lovely to mow, but I said, okay, I can do this. I can eat for 10 or 15 minutes and just enjoy sitting in the backyard. So I'm about to do that, take my little food out to the backyard, put on a sun hat, put my sunglasses back on, and just enjoy relaxing with some eggs. In case you're like, what the heck was that? So let's talk about what it is. Because it looks crazy. You know how some people plate their food and it looks beautiful? Well, I'm not that type of vlogger. So I scrambled some eggs. I put mushrooms in there and bell peppers and red bell pepper, mushroom, 2 scrambled eggs, and I just threw a couple of strawberries on the side. Not fancy at all, but it really tastes good. And I feel like every time somebody says that, but they don't really eat on camera, I'm like, well, I don't see you eating it. I don't know for sure. Is it good? So let me just take a bite of the strange looking concoction. There it is. It's really good. Scrambled eggs taste delicious. The mushrooms, to me, I always love mushrooms. And the red bell pepper, super quick. Probably did it in 5 to 7 minutes. And now let me eat so that I can go mow. Oh, I've got my work cut out for me. All right, on this Saturday afternoon, it was mow time at the land. The land actually did not sell, which is totally fine. I had it was actually under contract for about 2 months. And once the prospective buyers could not get financing, I went ahead and pulled it off the market so I can decide, you know, how to move forward and what I'd like to do now with the land. But in the meantime, first order of business was, we'll come over and get it together and mow. And of course, the weekend is the perfect time to undertake, you know, the little tasks that we can't get done during the week, especially now with the limited daylight after work. So this was an exciting moment to just really realize, okay, so the sign's coming down, and now I can just hang out at the land again and enjoy it until, you know, the next moment comes, because everything has its time and its place. And so we'll see what happens with this land, but it's actually a joy to see the tortoises and to be out amongst the pine trees and to have this additional space to enjoy and possibly skate on. You know, I might be back out here skating. It's not the top priority right now, but it's a beautiful opportunity to just really reflect and see what happens with all the mulberry trees that I planted earlier this year, because they're looking really good. I'm sitting here reading some scripture. There's butterflies flying around, and then the tortoise just came out right back there, and he's going into his hole. I'm on my lunch break from work. It's so peaceful out here. What's up, guys? Lauderdale by the Sea. It's my aunt's 93rd birthday, November 8th, 2025. And I've been planting some stuff for her. They're actually at dinner at Red Lobster right now. I'm gonna try to rush, get changed, get freshened up a bit, and then get out of here. Just wanted to do a little room tour. Okay, it's very dark. Oh, this is super nice. I like this place. I like the backsplash. Woo! Too bad I'm only here. So I'm only here for one night. And then, okay, so it's nearly night because of the time change, but that's what it looks like outside South Florida. Cute. The beach is literally across the street. And then here is the bedroom. Ooh, this is very clean. Well, obviously it better be clean. There's the view outside. Oh, goodness. Goodness me. Safe, closet, and then the restroom. Oh, I love that. It just popped on when I walked inside. Oh, my hair looks a mess. Anyways, I'm gonna try to do something with myself. Oh, right next to the ocean, my favorite color, blue. This is lovely. Lauderdale by the sea. Now I'm gonna head over to Aunt Chris's 93rd birthday party. It's a beautiful evening. All right, guys, it's 5:48 p.m. Black woman, nearly night, looking like a shadow over here, but at least in what I'm able to view on the camera. But it is November 8th, 2025. My aunt's 93rd birthday, so I'm in South Florida to celebrate that in Lauderdale by the sea. Beautiful view of Lauderdale by the sea. All right.
I'm eager to see the stuff you planted.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Thank you. 93.
Yeah, I'm reading 39. Happy birthday to you.
She's reading 39. I love it. Thank you.
Good luck, bless.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you guys too.
That was fantastic.
That's nice.
It is. So I think about stuff like this a lot, and
It's true. Oh boy. Ooh.
every time I do it though, it makes me think the thought. I live in South Florida, like what you can do this every day.
I remember I came down here one time and I was like, Ricky, do you go to the beach like constantly? And you were like, no, at that point. But it's true, you really have, you know, the ability to do it constantly, which is amazing.
I will say though, I go to the beach at night quite a bit. When I lived here before.
I should have came over here last night because, you know, that's something I never did. And it was like,
well, especially on a full moon.
oh my gosh, I bet. Beautiful morning in Lauderdale by the sea.
Awesome.
November 9th, 2025.
I'm videoing you taking a picture of that.
What did you say?
I said I'm videoing you taking a picture of the sunrise.
I can see it coming over there. Do you see where it's coming?
I see that concentration of color.
Yes, okay, great. So beautiful.